If we apply similar config in multiple places, to interface configuration for example, there are a few tricks we can use. One trick is configuration groups, which is a block of reusable config. On occasion, we might need to manage a lot of configuration. For example, on a large switch with a lot of ports. We can simplify this with configuration groups. These are reusable blocks of config that we can apply throughout the hierarchy. Put another way, it's kind of a template that we can use to simplify things. Interface configuration is a good example of when we might want to use configuration groups. We can create configuration groups in the groups hierarchy. Each group requires a group name. Underneath that, we can add in whatever config we want to. The final config looks like this. It's just regular config that has been organized into a group. Now that we've created the group, we still need to apply it. This is done under the Apply Groups hierarchy. Now here's the interesting thing. If we look at our config, we can't see our changes. This happens because the config is inherited. Inherited config is not shown by default. To see the inherited config, pipe the show command through display inheritance. The config is now visible, and Junos adds helpful labels so we know where the config came from. Aside from quickly configuring devices, there's another nice way to use configuration groups. We can create a group containing debug config that we apply only when we're troubleshooting. When we're finished troubleshooting, we simply unapply the group. We'll see some debugging commands at the end of this series. If you're thinking about how multiple configuration groups work when config is overlapping, I recommend that you take a look at the associated lab scenario. We can take config groups further by using regular expressions. We look at a simple demonstration of how this works. First, notice that we have descriptions on all our gigabit interfaces. Now we'll create a new group called int group. Then we'll use the set interfaces command. There's not a lot of options to choose from. That's because we need to select which interfaces we should apply our group to, which we will do with regular expressions. Everything within the angled brackets is regex. In our case, we're matching any interface starting with GE, and we're setting the description as normal. The group needs to be applied as normal, and the config needs to be committed. Looking at the descriptions now, we can see that many have been updated. You'll also see that any descriptions that we manually set have not changed. Anything we explicitly configure will override configuration groups. I'll put a link in the description with more information if you'd like to take regex further. It's been a short video this time, so we have a short quiz. Still valuable though, I guarantee. Config groups can make our life easier, if they're used appropriately. Click the video shown on your screen to switch topics to authentication. This includes local as well as external authentication, like Radius or TACACS servers.